bit weird because I mentioned pedophilia. Don't think that I don't know that pedophilia is a very awkward subject to bring up at a comedy gig at the 5-minute mark of the show. But let's have a go. I've had some personal... I was molested by a scoutmaster when I was young. This is true, he never physically touched me or penetrated me. He used to put me in a corner and masturbate on me, but still, not a great day. And I find pedophilia to be a very awkward... In society, if there's certain pedophiles that we condemn, and then there's other pedophiles that when they do it, we don't even notice. We just put it under the carpet and go, oh, don't talk about that. That doesn't... Okay, does everyone know that Elvis Presley was a pedophile? All right, there's no debating this. Elvis Presley had Priscilla Presley move into his house at 14 years of age, whereupon he fucked her, and then married her at 16 or 17 or something like that, right? So Elvis was a pedophile. You happy with that? Right. Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin was a pedophile. He fucked 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-old girls. Yet there's a statue in the middle of Leicester Square of Charlie Chaplin where you can have your photograph taken with the pedophile. But we forgive them because they're the best in their field. There's never going to be another king of rock and roll, and I promise you there'll never be a better silent movie star. At what point do we as a society go, but they were good? Like, what I'm trying to say is, how talented do you have to be to fuck a kid? Alright? Gary Glitter. Dun, da, da, da. Hey! Dun, da, da. Good song, don't fuck a kid. Alright. I've been picking on the Christians, the Catholics, or whatever they fucking call themselves. If you're religious, you're a fucking idiot, right? Point blank. The guy in the cloud and all that, you're a fucking moron, right? Read a science book. Watch a Richard Dawkins documentary, you dumb fucking cunt, right? There is no way creation... What, they're just Adam and Eve fucked each other and we're all... Fuck off, you idiot, right? There was a big ark with 2 animals. How do the fucking slugs get there in 2 days? How do they get there? They came from the 4 corners of the earth. There's fucking slow-moving animals. Never would have fucking made it. Or how are the polar bears mixing up with the fucking gorillas and shit? Now, please do not think that I'm just picking on the Christians. I think all religious people are ridiculous, right? So let's have a go at all of them, shall we? Jews, what's all that about? What's with the curly sideburns? Where in the Bible does it say, if thou loves me, thou shalt look like a dick? Buddha, you fat cunt. Why would I follow you? You look like you can't take care of yourself. Then there's our Muslim friends. The fucking muzzies are mental. Thank fuck the muzzies don't drink, because they'd be out of control if they fucking did. They just aren't a tolerant bunch, the muzzies. Covering women's faces and cutting clitorises off isn't just a bit of culture, right? It's horrible. It's fucking horrible, right? You can't... The teddy bear. Remember the little teddy bear that was called Muhammad? That lady didn't deserve to be... They wanted to kill her and lash her in a fucking square for calling a teddy bear Muhammad, right? Now, if there's any Muslim fundamentalists in the room, right? You see this microphone? I'm calling it Muhammad, right? And it's fucking gay. It's a gay microphone called Muhammad, and all it wants to do is roll the Quran up and fuck itself up the arse. Now, that joke has limited... That's what the festival was for. I was having a wank, and I felt like a lumpy, fleshy thing on my cock that wasn't a wart or a cyst or anything I'd had previously. And... I went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at it and sort of went... Another doctor, and the two of them looked at it and just... I don't fucking have any idea what that is. So they send me off to a specialist. The specialist puts my genitals into like a clamping machine, and it turns out that I have a tumour growing on the side of my penis. Now, I go to the doctor. Do many people die from this? And he's like, nah, most people detect it pretty quick. They don't leave it to chance. And now, as I said, no one dies from this. It's very rare. And I'm not famous, but I'm on telly a bit. I might be the most famous person ever to have this condition, which means I'll have to become a spokesperson. And I'll be doing adverts going, hi, I'm Jim Jefferies. I'm a comedian. But you know what's not a laughing matter? Dick cancer. Do you know that 2 people die from dick cancer a year? This must be stopped. There are many ways to detect dick cancer. Wanking. That's it, really. Please buy a ribbon. Now, while I was out at the Edinburgh Festival, I was with a girl for 3 years. I never cheated on her, but I did cheat on her twice during the Edinburgh Festival because it's a festival. And when I went to the doctor, I was worried that it was a sexually transmitted disease. I think I'm the first person ever to high-five a doctor when he says he got cancer. I was fucking well up for that. I was like, cancer, fucking yeah! Because you come home with herpes, she'll kick you out of the fucking house, right? You come home with dick cancer, she'll make you a cake or something real nice. And God bless her, I loved her a bit, but we're broken up now. I can say that she wasn't bright, she was a thick girl. She would not have sex with me until the tumour was removed because she was worried it was contagious. I'm like, it's not contagious, it's fucking cancer, all right? Let's just enjoy the width while we have it. You girls know I'm right. You haven't had sex till you've had tumour sex. I said, it's not contagious. It's not like we got it from a tit wank from Kylie Minogue. Yes, look, I understand that joke is wrong on many levels. The main level being that Kylie's tits aren't big enough for a tit wank. Even with the lump, they couldn't have gotten that much bigger. Don't be upset with me. I'm a cancer patient. So anyway, I go into the surgery to get it taken out. They lay me down on the table. They put like a metal frame up with a curtain. And the doctor puts a needle into my dick. And there's a nurse, and her sole job is to take all the blood away from the sliced up cock. And there's another nurse, and her sole job is to hold my hand whilst my cock is being sliced up and to distract me from the mutilation. And she's holding my hand and she looks at me and she goes, so, I hear you're a comedian. And I went, yeah, I'm a comedian. Why don't you tell us all a joke? Why don't you fuck off? And then they put like 6 stitches into my cock. Like, these aren't like the big ones they use like on your head or your arm. These are like tiny, fine, small ones that they use like on babies' arms. And the doctor tells me not to get an erection for 3 weeks. I was fucking moody. I wasn't a good kind of beer, man. The end of the 3 weeks, I was ready for my comeback wank. I hadn't even touched my cock. I tried not to think about my cock. My balls had never been so full in my entire life. In fact, the stitches dissolved, and I told my girlfriend they were still not dissolved so I could have a wank before I fucked her. I put some porn on, and I got some lube, right? Now, ordinarily, I'm not that fancy. I'm more of a dry hand sort of guy. Well, I thought, it's been a while, Jim. Treat yourself. So I lubed up my cock, and I'm talking 5 pumps maximum, just and out of my cock came this thick gelatin-like cum. It It was like it was trying to make a baby without the womb. And I looked at it, and I swear to God, it fucking looked back at me. So I shook its hand. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Dick Cantor. That's just me. I've done gigs out in fucking Baghdad and Iraq and all that. I've been out there, man. It's fucking mental. When you go out there, you realise that the other team don't really know they're involved. Like all the other old wars. You can say what you want about the Nazis, but they always look good, right? You can always pick them out of a crowd, right? This enemy, the Taliban, I can't, they don't have an outfit. And I was there on the first day, well, the first day of the war, the first day I was there, and I was in a helicopter flying over the top of Baghdad with my helmet on, my bulletproof vest, thinking I look as cool as fuck, right? The helicopter window's open, there's a guy with a gun just sort of scouring the ground, right? I look out, I see a little bloke with a handgun just shooting up at the helicopter, just bang, 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 bang. And I fucking freak out, right? I'm like, oh, fuck, we're being fired on. And the gunner turns around and goes, don't worry about it. We're too high up. Those bullets can't reach us. And then he went, hey, look at this. And the little cunt died. And I was like, I was just saying. Didn't want to upset anyone. Fucking mental, man. I get so desensitized about terrorism now. I don't even care anymore. The first big one, remember the big one where the planes hit the buildings and the buildings... I can't remember what date it was, but the fucking... And every terrorist attack since then, it's fucking... whatever. The one in Glasgow where the guy was in flames and he drove his flaming car into the airport. The first thing that went through my brains when I saw that was, oh, you fucking cunt. Now I'm going to have to put my toiletries in a plastic bag. Take me shoes off, you're wasting